Hello and welcome to the Select Board meeting update for the meeting that happened on Tuesday, September 21st. Because of Yom Kippur happening starting on the evening of September 15th, the Select Board moved their second September meeting to the 21st. We started at 5:30 with executive session to discuss some legal issues that we could not discuss in open session. One was an appeal regarding the Ashland UGC project off of the MBT access road, and the other was against Gene Crouch, our conservation commission chair. If you want the detailed, it is on our agenda. Because we started early and we did have some appointments that weren't scheduled until 6:40, we jumped ahead a little bit as we came out of our executive session, and we started probably at about 5 or 10 after 6, a little bit earlier than maybe expected. We approved our consent agenda. TJ's is going to be having their annual marathon party on Monday, October 11th. We accepted and approved a couple of one-day licenses and events that were happening in town, and also accepted some grants and approved some granting. From there, we had an update on the police chief process. Michael Herbert, town manager, let us know that he has chosen a company to work with. They are the same company that just did a lieutenant assessment for us. So we are going to be working with them. He has gotten a proposal, and we're going to be moving the police chief process forward. If you are interested in participating, make sure you look out for some information as we move forward, because we do want to get public input on what you would like to see as a police chief here in Ashland. From there, we went into our priority project updates. A lot of information about the rail transit district, talking about the Upper Charles Trail that is going in that section, the Trolley Brook Trail section. That should be finished sometime in the middle of October. So our Upper Charles Trail Committee and our friends of the Upper Charles Trail will be looking at doing a ribbon cutting. So make sure you look out for that sometime at the end of October. We also talked about the UGC project, which is one of the issues with legal that is having an appeal by Bob Gaynor, the landowner, against UGC, who's doing the project. From there, we went into downtown, talked about some of the undergrounding that is happening for utilities. We had thought we were going to just put one pipe under the railroad tracks for utilities. Eversource has requested a second one. It's called blocking. So that'll probably most likely not get finished until next year, but other projects, other sections of the project are moving forward. And you can tell that as you drive through downtown and see all the work being done. So we appreciate everyone's patience, but know that it's all going to be worth it once the whole downtown project is done and we have a little bit wider sidewalks and some other great amenities downtown. From there, we discussed the public safety building and a little bit about the Mendez. For the public safety building, there was a great topping off ceremony about a week and a half, 2 weeks ago. You can check out information on that at WACA-TV. They have some great footage on that ceremony. They are moving forward with the public safety building. Things are moving right along. They're having meetings, I think, every twice a month with the contractors and the group that is doing the construction there for us. Mendez School is still in front of the planning board and conservation. Both boards, my understanding, is looking at their conditions, and hopefully they will be wrapping that up soon so that the Mendez project can be moving forward. There was hope to start getting shovel in the ground sometime in November after some of the bids had come in for some of the base project. We then discussed the Route 126 project that is also moving forward. And if you're driving by Route 126 or on Route 126, you see again all the construction that is happening there. As part of that project, we also discussed some culvert issues. Doug Small, our public works director, has reached out to the state to talk about some issues with culverts near the reliable fence and the McDonald's intersection there. So they're working on that to see if we can improve some of those culverts to help alleviate flooding, because it would be great to stop that as we're doing the 126 project. So that is moving forward as well. We then moved to the Valentine and Warren Woods project. Valentine The decision right now is we're looking at the funding to do some cabling inside the barn to keep the beams in place through the winter. And then in the spring, depending on what we decide to do with some of our ARPA funding, potentially dismantle the whole barn piece by piece, note the pieces, redo the foundation, and then rebuild the barn. And if there's pieces that need to be replaced, they would have been matched and recreated. So keep on the lookout for more information about that over at the Warren Woods and the Warren District, 433 Chestnut Street. It looks like finally that project is going to be moving forward. The developer who has purchased the property and is going to be redeveloping and recreating that home will be starting soon. So you'll see project process there. Framingham State, who now owns the rest of the side that has the fields, the Warren Conference Center, they have some ARPA funds and they would like to help rebuild the barn. So we are looking at what we can do with them for that. After our priority projects, we moved right into our town manager's report. We talked about the ARPA funding preliminary plan and the public comment period. There is information on the Ashland Town website. You can go to the website, click on the icon that talks about ARPA funding. You can read a description. You can read the current plan. You can watch the video interview that I did with Michael Herbert regarding ARPA funding. And then the important step is, once you've looked at all that, is to go ahead and fill out the survey. So we have information and input from our residents as to how they would like to see those ARPA funds used. So go ahead and check out the Ashland Town website for that. We then had a discussion about some stormwater issues related to legacy farms in Hopkinton. We were given information that because of the clear cutting that they did on the parcel closest to the reservoir and to our wells, we've been having some real issues with manganese and color of water. Our town manager, Michael Herbert, will be working with hopefully the developer, as well as Doug Small, our public works director, working with the developer. And if we don't get satisfaction there, we'll be reaching out to the town of Hopkinton, because their water is also affected, because Hopkinton does get some of their drinking water from our town wells and our town water treatment facility. So we then had board updates. Oh, we actually did go back at one point and do the interviews and appoint Kara Holm to the Sustainability Committee. Thank you, Kara, for stepping up. And we appointed Stacy Grant Lewis to the Cultural Council. So we did things a little bit out of order, but you can, if you want to see those reviews and interviews with those two women who have stepped up to participate and to volunteer, you can check that out on the select board meeting once it's posted on WACA-TV. We wrapped up just before 8 o'clock. It was an early night, and it was, again, another good night and a lot of things discussed. If you ever have any questions, make sure you reach out to any members of the select board, and you can watch the full meeting if you would like, or different sections, by going to WACA-TV. And that wraps up the update for the selectmen meeting that happened on Tuesday, September 21st. Thanks for watching.